A collapse is set to occur, and if you look at the statistics, you look at the indicators, you will find that this is the truth. But if you look at the stock market, you get this undeniable realization that something is very wrong here. Now, many have said that this GPS guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about and all this sort of thing. But look at these 4 billionaires who are warning of a major market crash. Let's get into it right away. US stocks are at or near all-time highs right now. You can see the Dow Jones at about 17,000, the S&P sitting around 2,000. Now this marks a very big number considering the fact that the interest rates are very low, and you can see what's happening with the Fed's policies. Now, these Fed policies that have pushed the stock markets up to these numbers are concerning not just myself, but these 4 billionaires. I'm going to cover it very fast. Just stay with me for a second here. This is the Form 13F for Soros. George Soros, everyone knows him. And right here, he put in the Soros put, as they're liking to call it, a very, very large amount, an extremely large amount, in fact, for him, what he's done. And this is on the S&P, betting that it's going to decline dramatically. Very interesting here. And this is Druckenmiller, Fed policy fraught with unappreciated risk. Now let me show you what he said. I hope that we can all agree that a once-in-a-century emergency measures are no longer necessary 5 years into an economic recovery. And that's absolutely true. They haven't let it come down at all. They've kept the interest rates down, even though the market is absolutely on fire and real economic indicators are going nowhere. Let's go on. This is a CNBC exclusive talking to another billionaire, and let's see what Carl had to say. He said, I think one day, and you don't know when, and I really mean this, it could be 10 years, it could be 10 days. I worry about the fact that what Janet Yellen says, if she doesn't know what the effect is going to have, how the hell do I know? How does anybody know out here know? And how does any analyst know? And we keep doing it, and the economy doesn't seem to be doing all that great. That's exactly what I've talked about so many times before. They're printing money, expecting it to get into the real economy, or at least that's what they say. And of course, that doesn't happen because the real economy isn't doing all that great, to use his quote. And right here, this is Sam Zell, stock market correction coming. I'll go into what he said. I don't remember any time in my career where there have been as many wild cards floating around there that have the potential to be very significant, alter people's thinking. If there's a change in confidence or some international event that changes the dynamics, so on and so forth. And he is going into many things in this article. You should read it for yourself. It's from an interview that he did. It is pretty amazing, the things that he said. A lot of what I have said in the past, because there's so many different reasons why this market could collapse, and in fact it has already begun. A lot of people like to be discouraged by this because they're thinking a collapse, when is it going to come, when is it going to happen? It's not like an avalanche that just occurs all of a sudden. It happens slowly but surely. The dollar's not going to fall tomorrow, but you can see how it's been eroding away day after day. And sure, it goes up and then it goes down, so on and so forth, but you can see how this takes place over time. Look at the history, look at the statistics and the indicators, and you will see that for yourself. I talked about, this is in my book, quoting Ben Bernanke from the speech he gave in 2002, saying the U.S. government has a technology called a printing press, and it allows the U.S. to print as many dollars as it wants with no cost. And then he also referred to Milton Friedman's helicopter drop as a measure to fight deflation, and you can see what they've done. Janet Yellen has continued on with these policies, and this has done nothing but fuel the bubbles, and it has been a problem, big problem for the individuals with their real purchases, such as food, because you can see the food prices rising and gasoline prices rising and so on. Euphoric capital markets are out of step with reality, warns the Biz. So the Biz isn't alone in this. You have these billionaires, you have many other economists out there warning, and they said that calling for governments to ditch policies that risk stoking unsustainable asset booms. This is a big problem as you have this continuing on and on. I'll stop right there. You know where I'm going. I hope that you enjoy this type of information that I bring to you guys, even if you you know it. I hope that you will share it with the people that you think need to know this information. It is very important. Create your own videos and share them on YouTube. And of course, I appreciate all the thumbs up, all the shares that you guys have been giving me. And don't forget to become an insider. It is where I give out all the best intel, and that is at themoneygps.com. It's totally free. Just scroll down to the bottom, fill in your email address, and you get occasional emails from me.